Clara slammed the diner door open, her face flushed with rage as her grandmother's voice echoed behind her. "That's the men's room, you fool. Can't you read?" The entire room froze, forks midair, as Clara whirled around, tears stinging her eyes, ready to unleash a storm that would change everything. In that split second, the weight of a lifetime of hidden truths crashed down, forcing her to choose between silence and shattering the small-town facade forever. Clara Thompson had always felt like an outsider in Willow Creek, a sleepy town in rural Ohio where pickup trucks outnumbered people, and everyone knew your business before you did. At 28, she worked as a mechanic at the local garage, her hands perpetually stained with grease, her short-cropped hair and flannel shirts earning her sideways glances from the old-timers. But Clara didn't care, or at least she told herself she didn't. What mattered was Francesca Ruiz, the vibrant art teacher at the high school, who had moved from bustling Chicago 3 years ago and turned Clara's world upside down. They met at a community art fair, where Francesca's booth displayed paintings of swirling colors that captured the essence of freedom Clara had only dreamed of. "Your work. It's like it breathes," Clara had stammered, her usual confidence faltering under Francesca's warm brown eyes. Francesca laughed, a sound like wind chimes, and said, "Art should make you feel alive." "What makes you feel alive, Clara?" That simple question sparked late-night talks over coffee, shared hikes in the nearby woods, and eventually stolen kisses under the stars. Their love was quiet, hidden from the prying eyes of Willow Creek, where traditional values were preached from every pulpit. But secrets have a way of unraveling. It started innocently enough on a crisp autumn morning. Clara and her grandmother Evelyn decided to grab breakfast at Mabel's Diner, a staple since the 1950s with its checkered floors and endless coffee refills. Evelyn, at 82, was a fixture in town, widowed, devout, and unapologetically opinionated. She raised Clara after her parents' car accident when Clara was just 10, instilling in her a sense of duty and resilience. Yet Evelyn's love came with conditions, unspoken rules about how a proper lady should behave. As they slid into a booth, Evelyn chatted about the church bake sale, her voice laced with the familiar southern drawl she'd picked up from her Georgia roots, even though she'd lived in Ohio for decades. Clara nodded along, her mind wandering to Francesca, who was probably grading papers at that very moment. The pancakes arrived, syrupy and steaming, but Clara's bladder protested the third cup of coffee. "Be right back, Gran," she said, heading to the restroom. The diner had 2 doors. One marked ladies, the other gents. Clara pushed open the ladies without a second thought. Inside she caught her reflection, broad shoulders from years of lifting engines, no makeup, jeans slung low. She washed her hands quickly and emerged, only to find Evelyn standing there, arms crossed, face twisted in disapproval. "What in God's name were you doing in there?" Evelyn hissed, loud enough for nearby tables to turn. Clara blinked. "The bathroom? Gran, what?" "That's the women's room." Evelyn's voice rose, drawing more eyes. "You look like one of those boys. People are staring. You're embarrassing me." The diner fell silent. Mabel herself paused behind the counter, towel in hand. Clara felt heat rush to her cheeks, a mix of shame and fury. This wasn't the first time Evelyn had commented on her appearance, but never like this, publicly, viciously. "Gran, I am a woman," Clara whispered fiercely. "This is who I am." Evelyn shook her head, her voice trembling. "No granddaughter of mine struts around like that. Go use the right one, or we're leaving." Clara's heart pounded. She could feel the weight of the town on her, the judgmental stares from folks who'd known her since diapers. But something snapped. Instead of retreating, she straightened her back. "Everyone," she called out, her voice steady despite the quake inside. "My grandmother thinks I used the wrong bathroom because of how I look. But let me tell you something. Bathrooms don't define us. Love does. And I'm in love with a woman named Francesca." Gasps rippled through the room. Evelyn's face drained of color. Clara continued, her words pouring out like a dam breaking. "I've hidden it for years because of people like you, who judge based on appearances. But no more. If loving who I love makes me wrong, then I don't want to be right." The diner erupted in murmurs. Some nodded sympathetically. Others whispered in shock. Mabel approached, her eyes kind. "Clara, honey, that took guts." But Evelyn stormed out, leaving Clara alone amid the chaos. That afternoon, news spread like wildfire. By evening, Francesca showed up at Clara's garage, her eyes wide. What happened? The whole school's buzzing. Clara pulled her into a hug, explaining everything. Francesca's embrace was fierce. I'm proud of you. But you're Gran. That must hurt. It did. Evelyn refused Clara's calls, barricading herself in her house. Clara tossed and turned that night, replaying the scene. Had she gone too far? Yet, a spark of liberation burned in her chest. For the first time she felt seen. Not as the tomboy mechanic but as Clara, fully herself. The next days brought a whirlwind. Support trickled in. A bouquet from Mabel, notes from old classmates. But backlash hit hard. Anonymous letters called her deviant. At church, Evelyn's friends shunned her. Francesca faced whispers at school, parents questioning her influence on students. One evening as they walked hand in hand down Main Street, a bold move, a group of teens jeered. Freak show. Clara squeezed Francesca's hand tighter. Ignore them. But inside doubt crept in. Was their love worth the town's scorn? Then came the betrayal. Clara's cousin Mark, whom she'd confided in years ago, posted online, "Family shame. Pray for Clara." It went viral in local groups, amplifying the hate. Francesca found Clara crying over her phone. "He's blood," Clara sobbed. "How could he?" Francesca held her. "Because fear makes people cruel. But we have each other." Their kiss that night was tender, a promise amid the storm. Yet, Clara wondered if Willow Creek could ever accept them. As the weeks unfolded, the incident at Mabel's became legend in Willow Creek. Clara's bold declaration inspired quiet allies, like the librarian Ms. Harper, who started a LGBTQ+ book club. But it also ignited feuds. Evelyn, once the town's matriarch, withdrew. Her bridge club friends divided. Some visited her with casseroles, echoing her views. Others urged reconciliation. Clara tried bridging the gap. She baked Evelyn's favorite apple pie and left it on her porch with a note. "I love you, Gran. Let's talk." No response. The silence gnawed at Clara, reminding her of childhood nights when Evelyn soothed her nightmares. "You're my girl," Evelyn used to say. Now that girl felt erased. Francesca became Clara's anchor. Their dates shifted from hidden spots to public ones, a defiant act. One Saturday they picnicked at the town park, Francesca sketching wildflowers while Clara read aloud from a poetry book. "Your voice is my favorite sound," Francesca murmured, leaning in. Their fingers intertwined, a simple gesture loaded with meaning. But tension simmered. At the garage, customers dwindled. "Don't want my car fixed by," one said. Clara's boss, sympathetic but pragmatic, cut her hours. Financial strain added to the emotional toll. "We could move," Francesca suggested over dinner. "Chicago calls me back. Start fresh." Clara hesitated. This is home. Running feels like giving up. Deep down, she yearned for Evelyn's approval, a remnant of the girl who'd do anything to make her Gran proud. The high point came at the annual Harvest Festival. Booths lined the square, smells of caramel corn and hayrides filling the air. Clara and Francesca volunteered at the art tent, helping kids paint. Laughter echoed until Evelyn appeared, flanked by church ladies. Her eyes locked on Clara, a mix of anger and sorrow. Gran Clara approached cautiously. Evelyn turned away. "I raised you better," she muttered. The words stung, but Clara pressed on. "You raised me to be strong. That's what I'm doing." A crowd gathered subtly. Then Mark stepped forward, smirking. "Strong? You're tearing the family apart." He revealed texts from Clara's past, twisted to paint her as rebellious. "She always hated our ways." Betrayal hit like a punch. Francesca defended. "That's not true. Clara loves this town." But Mark's words fueled whispers. Evelyn nodded sadly. "See? This is what happens." Clara's world blurred. She fled to the woods, Francesca following. "He's lying," Clara gasped. Those texts were about coming out to him. Francesca pulled her close. "I know. We'll fight this." That night they strategized. Francesca, with her artist's eye, suggested a community mural, depicting Willow Creek's history, including diverse stories. "Show them we're part of it." Clara agreed, hope flickering. But drama escalated. A school board meeting targeted Francesca. Parents, egged on by Mark, claimed her lifestyle endangered kids. "We don't need that influence," one shouted. Francesca spoke eloquently. "I teach art, not agendas. Love is universal." Clara in the audience stood. "She's the best thing here. Judge her work, not her heart." The board deferred, but the damage lingered. Francesca confided in Clara. "I'm scared. What if I lose my job?" Clara held her. "Then we face it together." Their bond deepened, nights filled with whispered dreams and gentle touches, a sanctuary from the storm. Evelyn's health faltered amid the stress. A minor stroke. Clara rushed to the hospital, finding her gran frail in the bed. "I'm here," Clara said, taking her hand. Evelyn's eyes softened briefly. "Why'd you do it? Embarrass me like that?" "It wasn't about you," Clara replied softly. "It was about me. Hiding hurt too much." Evelyn sighed. Times change. But family. Discharged, Evelyn remained distant. Clara poured energy into the mural project. Volunteers joined, including surprising ones like Mabel. As colors bloomed on the wall, farmers, immigrants, even a subtle rainbow conversation sparked. "Didn't know about your struggles," one said to Clara. Francesca's brush danced, her passion infectious. "This is us," she told Clara. One evening, as they painted side by side, Francesca paused. "Marry me, Clara. Let's make it official." Clara's heart soared. Yes. Their engagement, shared quietly, brought joy amid chaos. But Mark plotted further. He rallied a petition to preserve town values, targeting the mural. Flyers appeared. "No agenda in our art." Clara confronted him at a family gathering. "Why? We're blood." "You're destroying what Gran built," Mark snarled. "Her legacy." The clash peaked at a town hall. Supporters clashed with opponents. Evelyn attended, silent. As arguments flew, Clara took the mic. "This isn't about agendas. It's about people. Like me and Francesca. We love, hurt, dream just like you." Francesca joined her. "Love makes us human." Applause mixed with boos. Then Evelyn stood shakily. The room hushed. "I was wrong," she said, voice cracking. "Clara's my granddaughter. And if loving Francesca makes her happy, then I accept it." Tears flowed. Mark stormed out, defeated. The town shifted, slowly but surely. In the aftermath of the town hall, Willow Creek buzzed with a tentative peace. Evelyn's words echoed, mending some rifts while exposing others. Clara visited her gran daily, their talks evolving from awkward silences to shared memories. "I feared losing you," Evelyn admitted one afternoon over tea. "To this world." "You almost did," Clara said gently. "But love brought us back." Evelyn nodded, her hand trembling as she patted Clara's. It was a start. Francesca's job was secure. The board dismissing complaints. The mural neared completion, a symbol of unity. Kids posed proudly beside it, their faces alight. "Miss Ruiz, it's beautiful," one exclaimed. Francesca beamed, glancing at Clara. "We did this." Their engagement brought quiet celebrations. Mabel hosted a dinner toasting to love in all forms. Friends shared stories, laughter healing wounds. But shadows lingered. Mark distanced himself, moving to a nearby city. His absence hurt, a reminder of betrayal's cost. As winter approached, snow blanketed the town, softening edges. Clara and Francesca planned a spring wedding, small, intimate, at the park. "Nothing flashy," Clara insisted. Francesca laughed. "Just us against the world." Drama resurfaced unexpectedly. An old flame of Francesca's, Elena from Chicago, visited. "Just checking in," Elena said at the diner, her eyes lingering on Francesca. Clara felt a pang of jealousy. "Old friends?" she asked later. "More like old mistakes," Francesca assured. But Elena's presence stirred doubts. She joined the mural touch-ups, her flirtations subtle but noticed. "You deserve better than this podunk town," Elena whispered to Francesca one day. Clara overheard, confrontation brewing. "What's going on?" she demanded that night. Francesca sighed. "Elena's pushing me to return to Chicago. Says the art scene's better." "And you?" Clara's voice wavered. I love it here with you. Their argument escalated, old insecurities surfacing. You moved for a fresh start, Clara accused. Am I holding you back? No. Francesca cried. But sometimes I miss the city. Tears fell, the first real crack in their bond. They slept apart, the house echoing with silence. Clara confided in Evelyn. What if she leaves? Evelyn, wiser now, said. Fight for her. Show her Willow Creek's her home too. Inspired, Clara organized a surprise. A gallery show of Francesca's work at the community center. Townsfolk attended, admiring her talent. This belongs here, Mabel said. Francesca's eyes widened as Clara proposed again, publicly. Stay. Build with me. Overwhelmed, Francesca accepted. Elena fading into the background. Their reconciliation was passionate, reaffirming their love. But deeper conflicts arose. Evelyn revealed a secret. Years ago, she'd loved a woman in her youth, suppressed by societal pressure. I chose safety over happiness, she confessed. Don't make my mistake. Clara hugged her. You gave me strength to choose differently. This revelation bonded them. Evelyn becoming an advocate, speaking at church about acceptance. The wedding approached amid spring blooms. Invitations went out, responses mixed. Some declined politely. Others embraced the change. Mark sent a card. Sorry. Maybe someday. It stung, but Clara focused on joy. The ceremony was magical. Under a floral arch, officiated by a progressive pastor. Evelyn walked Clara down the aisle, tears shining. Francesca, in a flowing dress, radiated. Vows exchanged. In storms and sun, I choose you. Reception at Mabel's overflowed with dancing laughter. Toasts celebrated resilience. From that bathroom moment to this, Mabel joked. What a ride. Yet not all was perfect. A few protesters lingered outside, signs decrying sin. But inside love prevailed. Clara and Francesca danced, whispers of forever. Post-honeymoon they settled into married life. Clara's garage rebounded, customers returning. Francesca started online classes, blending city dreams with town roots. Evelyn's health improved, her stories enriching family nights. Tell me about her, Clara asked of Evelyn's lost love. Anna. Spirited like Francesca. Evelyn smiled wistfully. Life's too short for regrets. Clara agreed, her journey teaching her that love's path is fraught but rewarding. Betrayals scar but forgiveness heals. In Willow Creek, change bloomed slowly like the mural's colors, vibrant, enduring. Married life brought Clara and Francesca a rhythm of contentment, punctuated by the everyday dramas of small-town existence. Mornings started with coffee on the porch, watching the sun rise over rolling fields. This is our America, Francesca would say, her head on Clara's shoulder. Evenings ended with shared meals, discussions about art and engines blending seamlessly. But external pressures tested their bond. A national news story about LGBTQ+ rights spotlighted Willow Creek. Reporters descending. The bathroom stand, they dubbed it. Clara's story went viral, interviews requested. She obliged cautiously, emphasizing humanity over sensationalism. It's about family acceptance, she told one reporter. Fame brought admirers and critics. Hate mail arrived, postmarked from afar. Stay in your lane, one read. Francesca worried. Is it worth it? Silence got us nowhere, Clara replied. Their love, once hidden, now inspired letters from struggling youth. You gave me hope, one wrote. Fueled them. Internally, they navigated married quirks. Francesca's messiness clashed with Clara's order. Art thrives in chaos. Francesca defended. Laughter resolved most spats, but deeper issues emerged. Francesca longed for children. A family of our own. Clara hesitated. With the town's eyes on us? Discussions turned heated. We're ready, Francesca insisted. Or are you scared? Scared of failing them, Clara admitted. Evelyn mediated. Parenting's messy but rewarding. Like raising you. They explored adoption, attending seminars in Columbus. A profile matched. A baby girl from a struggling mother. Excitement built but bureaucracy dragged. Then heartbreak. The mother reconsidered. Devastated, Francesca withdrew. Maybe it's a sign. Clara held her through tears. We'll try again. Their vulnerability deepened intimacy. Love's layers unfolding. Community evolved. The mural became a tourist spot, boosting economy. Mabel's business boomed. Even skeptics softened. One former critic apologized. "I was wrong. Your love's real." Mark returned unexpectedly for Evelyn's birthday. Tense reunion at the house. "I messed up," he admitted. "Fear drove me." Clara forgave, hugs exchanged. Family mended piece by piece. High drama struck when a storm hit Willow Creek, literal and figurative. Tornado warnings blared, winds howling. Clara and Francesca sheltered with Evelyn. Basement crowded with memories. As sirens wailed, Evelyn shared more. "Anna left because I couldn't fight. Don't let go." Post-storm damage assessed. The mural weathered, symbol resilient. Rebuilding united the town, Clara leading efforts. Francesca painted hope onto debris. Adoption progressed. A sibling pair, brother and sister, aged 5 and 7. "They're perfect," Francesca said at the agency. Home studies passed despite whispers. "We'll love them fiercely," Clara vowed. The kids arrived. Mia and Luca wide-eyed and wary. Adjustments were rocky. Mia's nightmares, Luca's silence. Patience prevailed. Evelyn doted, baking cookies. Grandkids at last. Family nights became routine, stories shared. Clara taught Luca mechanics. Francesca art with Mia. Love expanded, encompassing all. Yet, a final betrayal loomed. An old church friend of Evelyn's leaked private letters, twisting them for a conservative blog. Inside the deviant family, outrage ensued. Clara confronted Evelyn. "How?" "Not me," Evelyn insisted. Investigation revealed Mark's ex-friend spiteful. United, they sued for defamation, winning a settlement donated to LGBTQ+ causes. Victory was bittersweet. "Why can't we just live?" Francesca asked. "Because we're trailblazers," Clara said. Their resolve strengthened. As years passed, the story arcs within months but feels eternal. In reflection, Clara saw growth. From shame to celebrated. One anniversary, they renewed vows privately. "Through it all," Clara whispered. Francesca smiled. "Always." Time wove its tapestry in Willow Creek, turning the extraordinary into the everyday. Clara and Francesca's family flourished. Mia, now 10, sketched like her mom. Luca, 12, tinkered in the garage with Clara. "You're naturals," Clara praised. Evelyn, at 85, moved in, her stories a bridge to the past. "Anna would be proud," she said often. Her acceptance inspired church changes. A support group formed. The town transformed subtly. Pride flags appeared in windows. The festival included diversity booths. Clara's garage sponsored youth programs, teaching skills without judgment. But life wasn't without storms. Francesca's health scare, a lump, benign but frightening, reminded them of fragility. "I can't lose you," Clara sobbed in the hospital. "You won't," Francesca assured. Recovery brought closeness, gratitude. Mark reconciled fully, visiting with his own family. "Uncle Mark," the kids cheered. Betrayals faded, forgiveness prevailing. Clara reflected on that diner day often. "It was the spark," she told Francesca. Their love, once clandestine, now openly celebrated. A community event honored them, the mural's anniversary. Speeches flowed. Evelyn spoke last. "I shamed my granddaughter, but she taught me love's boundless." Cheers erupted. Clara hugged her. "We taught each other." As the sun set, Clara and Francesca walked hand in hand, kids skipping ahead. "This is our happy ending," Francesca said. "Or beginning," Clara replied. In Willow Creek, where traditions met progress, their story endured. A testament to resilience, romance, and humanity. Love in all its forms had won.